Um, so next on our program, we're going to do an introduction to our intention activity. As we've talked about, the theme of this conference is intentionality, and this activity, we're going to have questions being asked to prompt you to choose a word or a phrase that express the intentions that you want to bring into your lives and your community. There's no right or wrong answers. It's just what feels like your truth and what feels like what you want to bring into the world. So think about what word or phrase that might be. And I will pass it on to Chow to continue talking about this activity.
Yeah, thank you, Ruby. Thank you, Dr. Luca Lewis, for the opening remarks. That's wonderful. So after the conference, each person will receive an intention bracelet that solidifies your intent. We hope this will allow you to share your why and intention for equitable change with others. We also hope that by wearing the bracelet in the future, you will be constantly reminded of your intention and get the opportunity to share what you feel and make with someone new. So the intention activity will be facilitated by Jess Howell. So I see Jess in the room here, and I would like to welcome Jess to the stage.
Hi, thank you so much. Thank you for the introduction. Thank you, Chow. Thank you, Ruby. I am so honored and delighted to be here at this conference for Students for Change. This is an absolute honor for me, so thank you for having me. We talk a lot about intentionality, and I'm going to be guiding an intention creating activity with all of you at 4:40, but we're going to start now just to let you know kind of what's going on and what that's going to be like. So just to tell you a little bit about my intention for you, but why I'm here. My intention is that however you show up today, whatever is going on with you right now, you're at an incredible conference. I can't wait to even listen to all these panelists. There's a lot happening today. And by the end of the day, I want to offer you some tools so that you can feel a little bit of ease in your body, a little bit of clarity in your mind, a little of openness in your heart. Sometimes when there's a lot of information coming your way, it can be a lot to synthesize. And so I'm here to help make that synthesis a little easier and guide you towards creating your own intention today. So here's how we begin. First thing I'm going to do is we're going to stretch, because what's going to happen, y'all, is you're going to use your mind and you'll be thinking a lot of things and feeling a lot of feelings. And sometimes with all of that, you're just going to kind of shoot off into space, right? You'll forget that you're in your own body. And what we're going to do is we're going to get a little bit of the junk out of the way, a little bit of the stress that might accumulate in the shoulders, and kind of clear some space in the heart so that you can receive and integrate and communicate with openness in your heart and mind. In order to do that, we're going to find our way back into our body, just in case you forgot you were in one. So go ahead and join me if you would. We're going to reach your arms up in the sky. I'm going to take a deep breath. Here we go. Deep, deep breath. Reach, reach, reach. Feel that all the lifting of the lungs and the ribs, and reach, and then reach over to one side. Take another breath here. Yes, this should be good. Reach as far and wide as you like, and then other side. Take a deep inhale. Woo, and exhale. I'm gonna breathe extra loud just for y'all, but you understand. Take a deep breath. Inhale and exhale. All right, the hands come all the way down. This one's nice and juicy. Just roll your shoulders forward and back in big circles. Don't forget to keep breathing in case you forgot, and roll it around until it gets nice and warm. That's what we're looking for. And then other direction, back and forward. Oh, we're gonna feel like juicy. You might feel like, oh, my feet are alive as well. Yes, that's what we're looking for. And keep rolling for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. You can shake it out through your hands if you want. And go ahead and take a deep cleansing breath here. We're going to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Let's try it. Here we go. Inhale through the nose. Deep, deep, deep breath. Exhale through the mouth. Let's try that 2 more times. Inhale through the nose, deep, deep breath. Let the belly fill, let the top of the lungs fill, and then exhale all the air out. I think you can do this. Let's do one more. Inhale, deep, deep breath, and then full exhale. All right, nice. So we're gonna do that throughout, just a couple of deep breaths and different little techniques for you. And we're also gonna practice a little bit of mindfulness. And all of those things are finding the experience bringing it back into your body so you can connect with your heart as it connects with your mind. Yeah. So the next part we're going to do is we're going to practice a little bit of that mindfulness like I have promised. And then I'm going to offer you some questions to get you the fire in your mind ignited on what intention you want to set today. You could have something prepared or an idea already or a word you meditate on a lot, or it could be something new. You've got all day to kind of sit with this and how it feels for you in this moment. Yeah. So I'll start with those questions now just to get you started on thinking about what you might want to set. And I encourage you to allow that answer to shift if you feel moved or inspired today, and maybe just notice how that changes as you meditate on these powerful words that are coming from you from the rest of this whole conference. Yeah, let's see. So over here, I'm going to offer a couple of questions for you. You'll also note it says grab a piece of paper and something to write with. That's not totally necessary, but this is just so you can kind of jot some ideas down. And in the end, you're going to design your own intention bracelet and what it's going to look like. So that's why you can have that to the side. So a couple of questions just to begin that I offer you are, what inspires you? What motivates you? What grounds you? What lifts you up? What's a value you want to see in your life or in the lives of others? Take your time, take a breath, think on it. And we're going to continue to take those deep breaths so that you can kind of drop in. And we'll talk a little bit about stress and stress in the body and how to navigate that experience in the body and in the mind so that you can show up how you want to show up in the world. And that's what we'll practice a little bit today, nice and easy. So lastly, I want to let you know about what we're working with. And I have a little camera on the side when I'm going to make some of these bracelets during our time together later this afternoon. But I'm just going to show you what we're working with. So this is kind of what it's going to look like. This is what your bracelet will look like. Now that you know what you're working with here, I have a metal imprinting set, and I can imprint up to 15 characters on these bracelets. So if you have a lot that you want to say, you have a very big intention and a lot of words, see if you can distill it into one word, possibly two, with 15 characters or less. And that's what we can express on the bracelet. Yeah, so think on it. You've got A through Z, as well as a heart. That's it. No suns, no sneakers, no nothing. It's very, very old school. A through Z with a heart. And you can improvise at will, however you like, and whatever you'd like to express today. Awesome. Next, we're going to practice a little bit of grounding. As I promised, I'd give you a mindfulness exercise, and then I'll hand it off to Ruby, and I think we'll take a break. So let's go ahead and try a little bit of mindfulness and see where it ends up. Find your way to your comfortable seat. Go ahead and take a nice and inhale and exhale. Nice. And so for this mindfulness activity, and when I talk about mindfulness, I simply mean bringing your mind to an observation, just to check, just to see what's happening, possibly with your thoughts or with sensations in the body. And when we practice mindfulness, because it's a practice, right? You can't really be mindfulnessing bad. You can't do it bad. There's no way to do this wrong, right? So don't worry about being bad at mindfulness or being really bad at looking at things. You can't be. There's no binary there. There's no good mindfulness, bad mindfulness, right? Doesn't exist. It's just observations. So I offer you the experience here to let any kind of judgment you might have on whatever you notice, you can just let that go, because we're just here to kind of notice. Yeah. All right. So allow your hands to find your way into your lap. Either place them, you can place them palms down, palms up, or you can kind of cup them in your lap. Any way that feels comfortable for you. Again, can't do it wrong. And go ahead and for a moment, we're just going to take 1 minute and allow your eyes to float closed. Just for a second, you can listen to the sound of my voice and let the screen fall away and take a breath here. Inhaling and exhale. And inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. And just notice the effect of gravity on the body. See if you can feel the weight of the body in your sit bones, where the body touches the chair or bed or floor, wherever you are sitting. Notice maybe exactly where the points of contact of the bones and flesh touch that furniture beneath you. Notice how you take up space. There are these organs all stacked up in the center of your chest and your thorax, all stacked on each other, working in tandem, miraculously, bringing you into this moment. The skeleton presses up against gravity towards the sky. Maybe you feel the heart lift and the head lift just a little as it balances ever so perfectly on top of itself to keep you upright. And then expand your awareness just a bit to your legs and notice where your legs are in space, where the feet or ankles may or may not touch the earth beneath you. And then expanding the awareness just a bit more, notice where your arms are in space. How gravity gently presses on the shoulders to drop them away from the ears, gently pulling into the elbows, with the weight of the arms finding their way onto the lap. And from this place here, we'll take 5 breaths together in that experience of gravity on the body as we whirl around the sun on this planet, kind of gently pressing us to the earth. Let's take 5 breaths here. We'll inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. It'll be on a count of 4. I'll snap along with us. Here we go. Let's try it. Inhaling and exhale. And inhale and exhale. Inhale deeply all the way into the belly and exhale fully. 2 more breaths. Inhale and exhale. And inhale, last breath. Exhale. And come back to your natural breath. And as you're ready, allow the eyelids to begin to float open. Nice group breath, all. Nice job. So I hope that gives you just a moment of pause. We'll practice other ways to kind of drop in later. Thank you for joining me. And to go ahead and think on those questions for your intention. And we'll keep going on this journey here. So thank you all again for having me. I'll hand it back to Ruby, if you will. Or Chao, I'll hand it back to you. Thank you so much. And I'll see you all in a little bit.
Thank you very much, Jess. We're very excited for that activity. Remember that Jess will be back at 4:40. So continue to think about what you might want your intention bracelet to say. Um, so before we move on to our next thing on the agenda, which is the local Young Changemaker panel, we're going to have a 5-minute break. We'll have music going in the background, and we'll see you back in 5 minutes.